What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to another video. I'm going to be answering questions on narcissism, and I got the questions from a website called Quora. I've been using Quora for a couple of years now, off and on, but lately I've been getting a lot of questions on Quora related to narcissism. Now, Quora is a website that's based on just a questions and answers platform. So you can use it as a marketing tool. You can use it to drive traffic to your own personal business website. For instance, I can use the questions that are on my Quora to answer narcissism questions on my YouTube page. And so that's what I'll be doing today. So I have so many requests, so many inquiries about narcissism on my Quora. And this is probably not just for me, but my target audience asks most questions about narcissism than they do anything else. Probably because I've answered more questions on Quora about narcissism than I have anything else. So I'll be using that opportunity to answer the questions for YouTube. So anyway, the first question is, have you ever tried the gray rock method on narcissists with them realizing that you are doing it? So they're saying, and this person's name is Teresa Royal, and she asked this on March 31st. So this is just how long it's been since I've been on Quora answering any questions. I took a break. So I hope that she follows my YouTube channel, because I have linked my YouTube channel on my Quora page. So again, she asks, have you ever tried the gray rock method on narcissists with them realizing that you are doing it? And the answer is yes. The narcissists, they will soon catch on to the fact that you are answering them in a way that keeps you calm and settled, and you're not giving them that reaction that they want to get out of you. And so that's when they start to look at you squinching and like, yeah, you up to something. So they pretty much figured it out. So they'll either do one or two things. They'll just go along with it, or they will try to get under your skin just to get a really bad reaction out of you. This is how the narcissists operate. They're not fair people. They're not pleasant to deal with. And so, yes, they realize at some point or another that you're using a gray rock method when you're replying to them, or when you're just having a simple dialogue with them. As for me and the narcissists who I dealt with in the workplace, I just stopped all contact. So there wasn't any conversations after I let it be known that we're no longer friends. She didn't want to hear that. And so she would ask me questions and I would give her one-word answers. And those one-word answers will be given through the gray rock method. So yes, she figured it out. And this is when she tried to do other things to get under my skin, to get a more, harsh reaction out of me. So yes. The next question is, what is the best way to outsmart a flying monkey? And this question was submitted by someone who's anonymous, and it was asked on April 7th. What is the best way to outsmart a flying monkey? The best way to outsmart a flying monkey is the best way that you deal with the narcissist, because the flying monkey is just an extension of the narcissist. So the same treatment and reactions and replies and dialogues that you give the narcissist is the same way you treat the flying monkey. because they're going to go 10 times harder on you, because the narcissists, they use them. They use them to do their dirty work. So don't allow them to get under your skin and again get a bad reaction out of you. Continue to treat the flying monkey the same way as you would the narcissist. The next question is, and it is submitted by Anna Zane, and she asked this question on April 8th. What is the worst experience you've had with a narcissist in school? Well, I don't remember dealing with a narcissist back when I was in school, so I don't have an answer for that. Now, I work at a school and had to deal with a narcissist. That's what the majority of my videos are on my YouTube channel. And so, yeah, go back and check those videos out and you'll know all about it. The next question is, what are the impacts of social media in today's social life? Are we becoming more lonely yet narcissistic? And this question is by Partha Barman. She submitted it on April 8th. Now, she asks, what are the impacts of social media in today's social life? That's the first part of her question. And the impacts of social media depends on how you receive social media. Some people look at social media just for the entertainment. Some people look at social media for ideas. Some people look at social media for the validation. And this is where it can mess with your mentality. And believe it or not, social media has been known to be like one of the number one causes of depression and anxiety in people today, because they look to social media to validate their Again, this is not a healthy thing to do when it comes to attending to your mental health, because you can get caught up in something that really doesn't matter. And so I hope I answered her question on it. I hope I answered anyone's question on this. That's why people become lonely, and it's probably why people become narcissistic. I don't understand how can it make a person become narcissistic. Social media, I just don't see the role that it plays on that. I look at narcissism as being something much deeper and much deeper rooted that goes back to your childhood, and I did a video on that. And so I hope I answered the question on that the best way I can. The last question, and I'm going to make this a 2-part video, was submitted by William Francis Morello. They sent it in on April 11th. The question is, how satisfying is it to have your body admired, complimented online? This doesn't have nothing to do with narcissism, so I'm going to skip this one and give one more question. This was submitted by Bob Turner on April 11th. What does it mean when they say a narc collapsed? A narc collapse. I think when a narc collapse, I'm going to give my best example of this, dealing with a narcissist in the workplace. A narc collapse is when they have lost a great deal of supply. They're not getting the supply from you. They haven't found a good source of supply from anyone else. So they kind of go in hiding. They go MIA for a moment. And with the narcissist who I work with, she would take sick often using the excuse of her sinuses. And she would take off from work like weeks at a time. She's taken off almost 2.5 weeks at one point during the school year, when she was having a really bad time finding a new source of supply after I completely went no contact with her. And so this is what I look at as a narcs collapsing. But trust me, they'll be back. So don't think they're gone for good. So this concludes part 1 of my questions and answers on narcissism. If y'all like this video, please give it a thumbs up and leave your comments down below. I'll be back with part 2